So very good evening to you all. Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa, District Latur is organized a world record series 2. Today we are completing 320th session of the long series, and the keynote speaker for today's session is on dais, Honorable Dr. Monisha ma'am. So first of all, I welcome to you for the dais, ma'am. I welcome the Chief Organizer, Honorable Principal M. Bedkar sir. Also welcome faculty members of my college and all those dear participants. Today's topic for the presentation is how to draft literature review, learn to identify key theories and concepts. Let me clear how to draft literature review, learn to identify key theories and concepts. Now this topic, as I have mentioned, going to present Honorable Dr. Monisha ma'am. In short, I will introduce that ma'am have working as an assistant professor at the Department of Corporate Secretaryship, who is from Shri Kanyaka Parameswari Arts and Science College for Women in Chennai. So with this brief introduction, now I request to you, madam, please start your presentation on the topic. You are most welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you to invited me, and thank you, Principal, sir. You have given me a wonderful chance, and I will start my presentation. Yeah. So topic is how to draft the literature review. So myself, Monisha, I'm working as assistant professor from Shri Kanyaka Parameswari Arts and Science College in Chennai. So why we want to draft the literature review? For our research, to identify the key and theories and concept of our research. So nowadays, our research is a very important in all the point of the view, whether it's a basic or whether a PhD level. From whatever we have to go through the previous years or previous research, whatever they had done it. From that, we have to taken up the key theories, the concept. Then only we have to draft it up. So that is the today's thing. So outline of today's section will be the overview of the literature review. What are the types of the literature review? Structure of a literature review. How to refer the literature review from your previous research articles. Next, a literature review and a repeated of the database we have including the AI tools. What are the database we have for the literature review? So we'll move it on one by one. Yeah. Why literature review? Why the literature review is very important for our research? To select a broad area of our research. So research is coming from the layman to the we can take in a daily life also. But what is the base? From where we going to start it up? So where we going to pull out the research into a way? That is the first point. So selecting a broad area of a research. Next one, choosing a previous researches. See, we can write a research, we can do it a research, but some database we needed, some support we needed that we have referred it from here. We have taken from there. So from the reference only we can mold and we can give you a new thing for our research one. Next, analyzing and interpretation. So everyone can analyze. The perception is different by one of the persons. So we have to analyze from the perception A will be a different, B will be a different. But from the A, we can analyze. He or she can interpret the previous research. Next one, identifying the gap of a research. This is a very important. Through the literature only, we can take it up. What is the gap between A and B? What is the previous research gap? That gap only gives us a new research to develop a thing. Last one, to further study. The past 10 years of a review we are taking, our past 10 years of a literature we are taking, in some way there will be a lagging. That will be our new research. So in that further research only the thing. It's an analyzing and existing a researcher of a literature, a specified topic, and providing an overview of the current knowledge of a gap in a research trend. So every year, for example, 2002, 2000 to 2010 is a one of a decade. That a research will be a very different mode. Again, a decade of a 2011 to 2020, the research is a 1 hour. After 2020, the research is going on, moving on through the AI tools. So the way of research itself are changing over. So how we have to get adaptable. Next one, overview. Literature review provide a systematical and a six-domated as a kind of a modern examinations of existing literature. This is the accessible of the strength and the weakness of a previous studies, identifying the research gap and providing a novel research to direct. They're also a contribution to develop the knowledge in the particular field and summarize and evaluate the current status of the research. So already I've told you the thing of the overview of the review is that from the review, from the previous of the literature, we can take it up the what are the model they have referred, what are the analysis they done, what's the different we can do with, what they have left it out. Somewhere, every research, someday we'll have some loophole. That loophole will be a new thing for new researcher. Next one, types of a literature review. The first one, argumental review. The argumental review is a kind of a previous work already done that we will take it up for a new argument and will create it as a new research. In social science research, it's a kind of a perception research. So the perception it will be maybe changed by year, a decade by year, a generation gap will be there. So that this research is kind of a argumental. We can take it up the previous year, we can do it as a new work. Again, we can pour it to the customer or pour it to the populator. We can take it as a data sampling. That is the augmenting of the review. Next one, integrative of the review. It's a kind of a second systematical. You can take it as a base important information from the previous research. And that base will create your objective. That will be a framing of your keywords and variables for your strengthening your research. That is will be a integrative of the review. Next one will be the narrative of the review. What's a narrative? It's a kind of something you will be a subjective one. So nowadays, the most of the researchers are going by the very marketing, banking. They will be very sticking up in a one particular subject and they want to drop it up. In this is called as a thing. They will conformize. They will be very paka in a particular research I have to do with. It's the most kind of a scientific research we can say. We have to be at this particular, this ratio, this category that we want the data. We want, but it will couldn't be happen. So that cases, we can refer it the previous one and we can take a data and we can make it guide us. Next one, systematical review. It's a kind of a structure and a model. Nowadays, most of them are doing as a SPSS. Now they are moving to the AMOS. Next, they are moving to the tag, but like the many kind of analysis is there, they are doing up. But in which model, which concept model you're going to give to a society to enhance your source research to how this is going to be developed in a social evaluated. This is a called as a thing. So models, there are some plenty of models we can use it up, but in which the layman also should be understand through the diagram. That is a very important. For that, you have to go and go through a more than a 20 to 30 years of a research. You can take it as a derivable and you can derive. The decade of 2000 will be a some of kind of a marketing strategy. Now the Reka as a marketing strategy was a different. Now the marketing is a totally different. The most of the online have a boomed it up. How the derivable going to be changed for that kind of a marketing research, that kind of a social oriented research, you can take it by systematical review. Next one is a historical review. The historical review is an investigation, evaluates of the historical more than a 10. It's not a less than a 10 years. It's maybe a more than 30 years or 40 years or ancestors of us, what they have done it, what they have conceptual, what they are the traditional they have used, what is the now we are using, what is the difference between the our traditional, for their traditional, what are the traditions still we are following up? What is a booming up again? What is a worshipping about? Like that story from our ancestors till now, what a generation gap, how we have boomed it, how we have developed it, how we have changed in our modulations, like that we can do it now. Next one is a theoretical review. It's evaluate and establishing of the kind of a returning form. How you are theoretically you're strong, what concept you're going to give it to a research field. You can put it as a model, you can take it as a research of a historical data, what new going to give from the previous of a research, what's the different from you, which concept, which theory you're going to give newly to the research field, newly to the society from your research. Last one, meta-analysis. It's a kind of a combinations of all the independent of the studies, including a statistical, how the variables between the direct variables, indirect variables, and the interdependent variables, or how it is going to be combined together, and how it is going to be developed, and how it is going to be modulated. This is a meta theory. Till this, the types of the analysis or types of the reviews we have seen. Next, we are just moving towards the structure of review, literature review. What the structure, what the frame line to draft the review. That is the way. First one, introduction and definition, theories, keynote, research gap, conclusion, reference. These are the basic and these are the need of to draft our literature review. We will move on one by one. In introduction, what are the items, what are the statements we have to get it up? The first one, what is the background of the topic? What is going to be significant? Whether we're going to take a research, we're going to take up a one particular topic, that particular topic reference review only we have to take. That only gives you a very standard, very strong foundation to build up your research. Next one, what a question does review literature try to answer it? So you nowadays the people are taking on many AI tools with the topic, or this will be suitable for our research. That is not how in depth you're going to review. You have to read it up your review. From that, you have to raise it up a question. Which are the question is suitable for the answer in particular review article? That is a very important. Last one, what purpose you have taken this particular review? In which case of your research this review will use it up? That is the first one. Next one, definition and meaning. It's not of a definition, it's a kind of a concept, it's a kind of a justification of the research topic you are going to give. The first one, how it is going to be relevant to your topic. Next one, what are the different viewpoint of the topic you can take it from that research. Next one is the theories. Yes, nowadays many people are using theories into research to identify, to strengthen the concept of the particular research. So, which framework you have taken, which plagiarism of you taken, which analysis you have taken to mold for to strongize your research. Last one is elaborated in a scientific or in any other thing. You have to give a test it up. You have to significant. Some cases it will significant, it will be not significant. It will not point on your hypothesis. So how you going to be significant? Which theory is used for to show you a significant of your research? Next one, how you going to take it up the variables. That is, I mention it as a key concept. The key concept or key theory. So nowadays, a multiple discipline of the research have came. So from a commerce background, you can take it up some of a economical, and banking you can take it up some of the marketing. So both the combination of a theories or both the combination of a subject you're going to combine together to frame it of a few theories, a few new terms of the research. That is the thing of the key concept. Next one, this is a gap in a literature. The gap, if you find it out in a one review of article, that will be a new research. For that, at least 10 to 30 to 40 reviews you want to go through it to find out a one of a new further research. So you have a plenty of, after the 30 to 40 reviews you have to go through it, you have a plenty of a question. Why this are we have mentioned it? Why we have this mentioned? That questions will create it. That questions will create it as a new objective that will create it you people as to a new basis of our research. So that what are the creative question means what express what is not covered in a particular research. And next one, what perception you was addressed? Whether we can address this way also. We can modify the research into a this way also. That is the gap of the research. Next is what conclusion he or she gave in a previous research. That may be your introduction of your new research. What he have concluded that end of the line it may be a new topic of your research or the end of the line will give you a new task or new base of the new research. This is the structure of the review, literature review. Next, references. This is a very basic and very important for the wherever we are going to use some research article. So I've taken one example that is the API style. So API style starts from the author's name, year of a publication, article title, journal of a title, volume and issue, page number, and the reference number like a thing. So I've given an example also. There is a name of the author, the year he have published, the title, Safe of a e-wallet, in Journal of International Journal of a Science and Engineering Research, in a which ISBN and a volume and issue, in which month he have published, including the page number in case you have taken from any DOP or URL, that also you can refer and that also you can mention into a reference. Next, how you people have to find out this is the correct review for my research. I can go through it, I can derive it, I can take it as a keynote for my research. What are the key relevant reviews you have to take? The keynotes I've given. First, from the introduction, you have to study. In the introduction, you have to find out the concept and objective of the research. That is the basic point. Next, which methodology previous researchers are used in a particular research. Next, what we have find it out. What is the answer? What is the basic we have got it? Next, what suggestion he have gave, he or she. Why means the researcher can give us plenty of a suggestion. Why they have started, they have go through the basis of the life of the research and they have given us a suggestion. That suggestion will be your next level of your introduction for your new research. Next, in case in a secondary data, in case of a secondary historical research, there may be a statistical report or data report or taken from the some other data and they can mention into our research. And models. Already I've mentioned it in a SEM model or analytical model, mini tab of a model, whatever the model they have taken. That model will give, which will be a significant, which was related to more to the particular objective, more to the that relevant independent variables that we can take it up. How the conclusion I've given to a particular research article. That conclusion will be your further study. This all the further study of all the things you are taking as a keynote no, that will use for your variables to you can use it in your questionnaire. The questionnaire is then a key topic of your research. It may be will change it. Your perception of your perception will be very different, but the data collected after the perception will be different. A simple data, the 100 people have a 100 different of a perception. The topic is will be modified into a many things. The variables are taken from only from our reviews. Next, from this, the references of review. I've taken a plenty of a reference. I've taken a plenty of a key notes. How I have to write it up. How I want to write it up. A crisp and antiquated review for my thesis or my literature article. How I want to. Just from this data, you have to take it up a few key lines. For my suggestion, I will say you are going to write a review in a thesis. It should be at least 7 to 8 lines. That is enough. In your article, it's a 2 to 4 lines is enough. For the 4 to 2 lines, it should be cover the 4 points. What are the 4 points? Introduction of the previous researcher concept and objective. Next, which model or statistical report they have used it. Next, what you have find it out and a suggestion and the conclusion of the previous study. This is will be unsecond. This will be a crisp and written off the review how we have to write it out. So before itself, I've told you in the articles you are going to publish in a Scopus or UGC or ISBN, the reviews you are taken, at least 10 to 30 reviews you can take for a one article. The review while you are writing, it should be at least 3 to 4 lines. You can include it in anywhere of your article from the introduction till your conclusion you can include it, but the crisp of the review should be there. That is, I give you a good vibe of reading the other new researchers. From the review, what you will be get it up as a new researcher, they can find it out the gap of the research and identify the new objective for their further study or finding out the new variables for their not some new variables but the previous variable they can modify into new perception for their questionnaire. Now I will move it. These are the starting words or starting creeper of your literature review. For identification, you're going to use something else you have identified, the words you can use it up. For your study of previous study of encountered this of the items that the suggestion, conclusion, observation, noted, classification, discussion, this kind of a words you can start while using the review writing, you can start it up and develop. They have developed any model or they have created any structure. They have developed any theory, new theories. That cases you can highlight. You can encounter the words like highlighted that, climbed that, explained it that, or point out that. These are the words will be pushing out and giving a good impression to reading the review, to modify your review to a new way. And examination, validation. These are the words we can start while writing a first starting letter we can use in her literature review. Next, I've given a few kind of a literature review or a reference what we have seen how to start it up. So I've taken an international article of a review. So I've given up a different shade of a thing. The white shade are the view that data digital wallet system is a particular of the electronic commerce. This is the line, the first line I've mentioned it, that is the topic of the research article. The yellow color shade is a electronic commerce provide data capacities of the trades of the international. In the introduction, commerce of an environmental payment taken from money exchange in a digital form by using a digital wallet. This points I've taken from the previous review or previous research article in the introduction part. Next, the objective of a study to explore the benefits of the digital wallet and growing of it. So in this particular article, they have mentioned 2 to 3 objectives I've compressed into a one single line. Next, in the next shade of the thing, the author has been a view that a digital water company should be a developed a next level growth of the objective of a moving towards the digital acceleration of an international facility of this. This is a mentioning as this suggestion of the previous article. Next one, a conclusion. So digital wallet is a more facilized of a lower level cost offer a convenient to a customer to offer payment processed by the evaluated aim. This is a suggestion, this is a conclusion given by him. And last one is a further study of the particular article I have taken. The suggestion that will be an indicator of the wallet as help to a companies or countries to utilize of a transparent society. So this way you want to merge it up one article into the line. The first line should be the topic of the research article. And next few lines should be the introduction of the particular topic. And next line will be your objective. The fourth, it will be a what concept, what analyzed, what interpretation given by the researcher. Next, the conclusion of the research article. Next one is a suggestion. The suggestion only the new thing for them for to give a new research. So same thing I've taken up on next. In this research, was a primary data of a researcher, but this is a secondary data of a research. So same, the first few lines, it's an explanation that effort after demonetization was created on a growth of a mobile wallet business transaction in a business. This is the topic of the previous article. After the demonetization in India was a high value current noted, people shifted to a mobile wallet transaction while reducing of a cash transaction. It helps people to adapt a multiple digital mode such a credit card and debit card, mobile wallet, etc. People are start undertaking of the conveyance of the system. This is an introduction given by the author. And next one is the analyze or data taken by the second. The data, the author coded the data according to a mobile wallet building block. Allied as a marketing researcher in India 16 in the year of 2016, dollars 16 millions of 2023. The 32 in 2014 wondered what could be a reach 5,200 millions in a 2020. This data is given from in this article. At last, it was concluded a mobile water translation raised it appraised on a digital system in incorporating of this payment. The incorporate of the payment system or digital system, this will be a new researchers or a topic or new researchers can take it and frame it as a new objective for them. Next one, guidelines of the writing literature review. Nowadays, many AI tools have came up to write to develop the literature review. But what is the basic guidelines? First one, you have to take a survey while you are starting a review. If a good literature review in your thesis, at least the past 10 years, the past 15 years of a review you want to take, why the perception will be different, the way of a writing, the way of a society of that area, now it may be changed, now the evaluated of change, the generation of change. So first you have to take a survey of the 10 past 10 to 15 years of your topic. Next, what is the present problem, what is the present situation of the particular research? Previous the research will be a different. Now the research was a different. So you have to take the what are the problems. That should be very clear. That problems when you frame it out as your new objective for your research. Next one, compare and contrast of the different view. You should not only a circle of the people you want to should talk about your research. You want to give a talk or you want to give a ask a suggestion to the many of a plenty of the people. Why the each of the person, each of the you have a different perception. Maybe one or two of people can be as interlinked, or they will be a good or same wavelength of a perception. The plenty have a different view, different way of thinking. So you want to take every viewpoint of the research data, then only you want to frame it out. Next, how you want to categorize, how you want to sacrifice. First, you have to find out the title, which are the title it will use for my research. Next, you want to read out the abstract. Abstract is a keynote. From the abstract, you can check it out whether it will use or not. So abstract. After the abstract, whether the index, what are the reference, what are the citation they have go through, and that you can pick it up. From that, you can move on. You can go through the introduction of the previous research. Through the introduction, you can highlight, you can get a data like what concept that influence in the particular research. So what are the bibliography, what from where they have taken this research, where they are referred. That bibliography is a very important. That is a base, that is a starting point of the literature review. Last one. So every paper, every literature, you can identify a different methodology, the different way of approach in a statistical level, the different way of the people have taken a data. So now the data is a big data or a questionnaire data, whatever data we can derive it, we can significant, we can mold it into a plenty way of a time. So how you have to be. And whenever you're taking a review, whenever you're citing up, properly you have to pin it up, properly you have to cite it up. That is very important for your place, for your research. Last one, summarize. So after the review, after I've written it, I have a plenty of a thing. What now I want to. From that, what is your strength? What is your weakness of your study? You will identify. The strength is will give you a strong concept, strong introduction, framing of your theories. But the weakness only is a gap of your research. That will gap is a ego point of your questionnaire developing, objective developing, and that will create your writing up in your analysis interpretation. So the writing skills will create it, a writing of a view will differentiate through the literature review. Next one, what are the tools we can use in AI, in literature? So literature searching, the tools like the PubMed and Google Scholar and Literator. So knowledge gap. So I have a plenty of research article. How I want to find it out, which is a gap, which is a lagging point from the 5 years of a research to 10 years of a research. For that, you can use a research rabbit and connecting a paper, linking a map. Linking the map is a kind of mind map. How it will divide? You can like a LinkedIn or any PPT we are using means we'll just pin it up. No, this is a keynote. This is a keynote. Like that, you can store your research article in that. Same, you can use it in a Grammarly also. In that, you can pin it up everything. It will show you the past 10 to 15 years of research. This is what is significant. It's not a significant. That the way of as insignificant, you can take it as a new research gap. That will give you a valuable of a new created of the objective. The writing. Nowadays, the writing skill was lagging of many new researchers. Why the all the things we are going by the AI tools. So that case, we have to how we have to combine it up. Grammatical, paper and quotable. It will be framing. It will be a combination. It will suit us to your article into a one paragraph. So you are taking only a key points. I couldn't combine as a paragraph. These tools will be used for that. Last one, citation. Citation is a very important for the whether it's an article or a thesis. It will gives you a weightage of your article. So in that, the article, meta and intro article. These are the tools, these are AI tools you can use for your review of a literature. And some reputable database is you can take it for your next literature searching. First one, Web of Science, Scope of World, Research Apical, and Statistical Google Clone. Hermetic can Science for Terrain, Vatican, and DOAI, JSTRO. And for medical database, you can follow PubMed and Citable. For engineering, IEE is a pure and inspiring L. For social science, yes, previous all the 10 data are useful the all kind of a researchers, but in special of in a specifically you can take it as a educational resource information system and a science echo. Yeah, this is my presentation. Thank you. If anyone have any question, I will answer it.
Thank you so much, madam,
Thank you.
for the wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Now it's time for discussion. Dear participants, if you would like to ask, please come ahead. Dear participants. From participant side, if you would like to ask something, please come ahead. So thank you so much, Dr. Monisha ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Now I request the chief organizer of the series, Honorable Principal M. Ambedkar sir, to conclude the session. Please welcome. Please unmute and talk, sir. Principal, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Now I move towards the vote of thanks. Shri Kumarswami, Mahavidyalaya, Ausa, District Latur. We know organized a world record series 2. Today we have completed 220th day of the series. And the topic for today's presentation was how to draft literature review, learn to identify key theories and its concepts. Now this topic have presented very well by Honorable Dr. Monisha ma'am. Ma'am have covered all the aspects regarding the topic, what is and literature review, then different types of literature review, then the structure of the literature review, different references, how to refer literature review, how to start review of literature, then guidelines for writing a literature review, and also at last tools for your projects and the citations and general ideas regarding the topic. So you have covered all those details, madam. So thank you so much on behalf of the organizing committee members. You paid your valuable time to the series. You accepted our invitations. So thank you so much once again. I thank the chief organizer of the series, our ideal principal, M. Ambedkar sir. Also thanks colleagues from my college, Dr. Praveen Kamble sir, Dr. Praveen Udge sir, and others. Heartily thanks all those dear participants who join the series regularly, encourages us. Now I request to you all, please fill the feedback link which is given in the chat box. With the kind permission of the chief organizer, I declare is over. Thank you so much once again, Monisha ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Principal, sir. You've given a wonderful opportunity.
Thank you, Principal Sir. Thank you very much.